It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and there's no love lost between these AFC East foes. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his third season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Tua to throw right away. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On the double.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Tua going to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Winston now to throw on first down. Open man downfield is Davis. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Jets had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Again, it's Winston. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Jameis now on first down. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Here's Winston. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here.
Ready?
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ballgame. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Here we go.
Here's Tua. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on top here as they've got the football 1st and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this to the 32. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 2nd and 7, Winston. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Now, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A first down throw for Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll throw again. Winston. That is caught by Anderson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Off the play fake, Winston. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go, ready up.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Wilson's got it complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tua, the final shot before half. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We begin up at First Energy Stadium. The LA Chargers paying a visit to take on Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And at halftime, they trail the visiting Seahawks in that ball game. DK Metcalf, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Up the gut, Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slam route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes. And
according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Tua sets up to pass it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin 1st.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Let's go, baby.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running on 1st down with Gasket. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So that, Charles, their 1st score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And New York set to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9, Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Inside handoff down to Fournette. Down inside the 40. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play fake. Winston. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Ready.
Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
17.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Ready. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to air one out. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Carlton Davis picks it.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Check. Opposite. Green. Smith.
Tua now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's Ronald, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Now Tua. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Tua. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Tua to throw. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. Tagovailoa. And this one too low.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Come on, set. Roll, 52, yellow, line, check, pitch.
Tua going to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. On 2nd and goal, Tua. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Tua on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Miami, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.